The late ANC Member of Parliament and leader of the now-disbanded MKMVA, Kebby Maphatsoe, will be laid to rest on Sunday. This was confirmed by his family a short while ago. ANC Deputy Secretary General Jessie Duarte visited Maphatsoe's family earlier on today. Our senior politics reporter Ziyanda Ngcobo is following that story for us and joins us live from outside Kebby Maphatsoe's home in Johannesburg. A very good afternoon to you, Ziyanda. As can be expected, when a man of the stature of Kebby Maphatsoe passes away and a senior member and veteran of the African National Congress, there will be an influx of those who are in leadership and even just supporters of the ANC making way to his home to pay their respects. Give us an update as to what has transpired so far during the course of the leadership's visit.
Well, certainly we've just spoken to Deputy Secretary General Jessie Duarte, who's also come to the Maphatsoe home to pay tribute. Well, he lives in a gated community, and it's helped manage then the numbers of people who have been coming here. We are still under COVID-19 regulations, and this is actually another point that the family has emphasized, that let there not be any breach of the COVID-19 regulations. We also got a short a speech rather from the brother Joseph Maphatsoe, who says that they're still in shock as a family, and they've also dispelled then rumors that he would have died as a result of COVID-19 complications. He says, in fact, when the paramedics arrived here yesterday where Maphatsoe passed away, in fact, it was declared a cardiac failure. So that is something that the family has wanted to emphasize at this point in time. But Tammy, someone who worked very closely with Kebby Maphatsoe, you would have always seen him at media briefings with Kebby Maphatsoe, as one Carl Niehaus. Certainly, you've told me off air that you are shocked that you spoke to Kebby Maphatsoe this past Sunday and no signs of any illness.
Yes, I'm really shattered. Comrade Kebby had been a good friend and a comrade for many, many years. And as you quite correctly say, I spoke to him very recently and there was no sign that there was any problem. So when I received the call yesterday and I was informed that he had passed on, it was something that was unbelievable. It's still difficult to believe it, and I think that is why Reverend Maphatsoe also asked for the family to be given some space to deal with something that they did not expect to happen at all.
I suppose one thing that some might describe as sort of prophetic is how Kebby Maphatsoe had actually left notes on what he would like to be done if in the event that he passed away. In fact, if I heard Joseph Maphatsoe correctly, this was done as recently as yesterday or the day before that. Perhaps would you want to weigh in on that in light of then the rumors that it may have been COVID-19 complications?
I don't believe it was COVID-19 complications. I think we must accept what the family said, that this was declared to be a cardiac arrest. With regards to Comrade Kebby's wishes, I think the more important thing, not so much at which stage he had said that he wanted his funeral to be done in a particular way. The more important thing, and I'm happy that the Deputy Secretary General of the ANC, Comrade Jessie Duarte, also confirmed that, was that Comrade Kebby's wishes should be carried out. And that this funeral must be a funeral which is dignified, which is a recognition of someone who dedicated his life to the liberation struggle, and a funeral that shows Comrade Kebby's involvement and love for the African National Congress, and at the same time also the pivotal role that he played in support as a member of Umkhonto we Sizwe's military veterans over many, many years. You know, we must remember that Comrade Kebby was one of the forming members of MKMVA. He was the longest serving president of MKMVA. He was central in the formation of the Department of Military Veterans and central in the formation of the South African National Military Veterans Association. He dedicated his life to his fellow soldiers, and I believe that is how he would like to be remembered. He would like to be seen as a unifying rather than a divisive person, someone who committed his life to the liberation of the people of South Africa, and someone who was a comrade, who continued to give his comradeship also to President Jacob Zuma under very difficult circumstances, and never distanced himself from President Zuma, continued to call for his immediate release. In fact, that last telephone conversation that you referred to, that I had with Comrade Kebby, was exactly on that topic. And he expressed his deep concern about President Zuma's health, the fact that he still continues to be in prison, and I think close to his last words in that telephone conversation was, Comrade Carl, we must make sure that Msholozi gets out immediately.
Well, thank you very much, Tammy. That's Carl Niehaus, a comrade and friend of the now late Kebby Maphatsoe, sharing, of course, how he thinks Kebby Maphatsoe should be remembered, and reflecting then on the kind of relationship that the two shared.